As you board, please move across your car to make room for everyone, and kindly offer available seating to those needing special assistance. If you're standing, please hold on to the handrails and stay clear of the doors. They will be closing in a moment. Thank you.
Hey, howdy, hey, and welcome to another episode of Disney Assembled. I'm Troy.
And I'm Mimi.
And we are your happy little father-daughter podcast, here to create joy and share our love for all things Disney.
Disney Assembled is sponsored by our patrons over on Patreon, Brenda, Danny, Connie, and Andrew.
Yes, thank you so very much. If you would like to join them and get access to member-exclusive extra content, head on over to our website, DisneyAssembled.com. Click on the Become a Patron button, or you can go to Patreon.com and do a search for Disney Assembled there. Membership starts as little as $2 a month. And like I said, for your $2 a month, you get access to a growing list of member-exclusive content there. However, if you're looking for other ways to add that Disney magic to your day, check out Magic of the Mouse Radio. Magic of the Mouse Radio is the best place for Disney music on the internet radio station, in the internet radio station universe, quite frankly. Magic of the Mouse Radio, there's a link to it on our website. Or you can just go to the website, magicofthemouseradio.com. You can hear our episode every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern.
In addition to the Magic of the Mouse Radio family, I am so proud to be a part of the Magic of the Mouse News family. MagicoftheMouseNews.com has articles for anything and everything that you might want to read that's Disney related. So make sure you go check it out. MagicoftheMouseNews.com.
All right. Yeah. Anything going on as we jump into this week's conversation? Last week was great to have you back live in the studio. It's good to have you back again this week.
I actually want to...
Anything going on?
Yeah. Tiana's Place. That opens up September 7th.
In Disneyland in California.
That's so soon. That's so soon.
I'm really eager to see the reviews on that as it opens up about the food and the storytelling.
Palace? Yeah. Tiana's Place? Tiana's Palace?
I think it's Tiana's Place, yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what's going on there. Do we know if it's character dining? It would not surprise me.
I would imagine Tiana would probably show up in some ways, but it's hard to say. I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I am excited about that.
I think
that's really cool.
I hope it's character dining in the way that, like, Belle's Castle is character dining.
That could be pretty interesting.
Like, not really, but, like, she makes an appearance.
Well, Beast does.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah. No, I think, I don't know. I'm sure she'll show up and walk around and ask how everyone's doing. And
she definitely will the first day.
Yeah, I hope so. Right?
At least.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. That's a nice thing. We're getting ready to do, I'd like to do when we have a chance. It's very hard because you and I are so busy with our jobs, you being a student, me having like adult job. And you have jobs too. You have to work at the places that you work at.
Yeah.
It's hard for us to do more YouTube stuff, but certainly we want to get into more of the park news or park snooze episodes on our YouTube. We have some ideas for that on how to make it sort of a standard format that people I think will really enjoy. But yeah, let's use the Tiana's Place as sort of a test run of what we want them to do maybe with Parks News. All right. So does the news, so I'm going to apply the criteria. I have 5 criteria for Parks News.
Okay.
Right? The first is, does the news about Tiana's Place opening in September make you happy? Yes, no, or eh?
Yeah, it does.
So it's a yes. All right. Do you think that the concept of Tiana's Place, is it innovative or is it sort of reheating an old meal?
I think it's innovative. I think it's clever because it's just like pulled right out of the film.
I mean, of course, they've done themed restaurants before, but this is something new with that particular IP. And look, I can see that, right? Do you think that the development of Tiana's Place, how do you think that news is in terms of the way Disney sees its guests? Do they view their guests as being intelligent, people who can make good choices, or are they just sort of, we're doing this and no one will notice that we're pulling the wool over their eyes? So how do you think they're treating their guests with
I think
this
this
kind of
is
idea?
exclusively fan service. I think they didn't have to do this, and this is being done for the fans.
So I agree. So I think they're treating their guests as sort of informed Disney people, right? Not sort of uninformed Disney people, right? I think they're being relatively intelligent about it, right?
Yeah.
Do you see this as a value add or a money grab? Which side of the equation do you fall?
I think it could be either. Like, I think it can be both at the same time, right? Like, I think it's cute, and I think it's definitely going to add a little bit more life to what is going to become that section of the park in Disneyland. But it also, there was already a restaurant there. Like, you didn't have to redo it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad they're doing it. That's not what I'm saying. But I think it's definitely a little bit of both. Having a,
I guess what I'm saying is, do you think this is an upgrade, or is this just purely, we're just going to do this so people just give us more money?
I think it's both. I think it can be both. I think
sort of in the middle.
What's interesting, no, not in the middle, both. Like, that doesn't, like, in the middle is neutral.
Right.
It's not, in my opinion, it's not in the middle. It's both of them at the same time.
Right.
I think like what's interesting about it though is I didn't think they would open the restaurant too far before opening the ride attraction. And so I'm curious to see like if we have an opening date, not for like soon after, not anytime soon, but like an opening date announcement shortly after the opening of the restaurant.
Right. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, it ought to be interesting.
I'm curious. I'm interested. So
yeah, good. All right, I am too. We'll have to wait and see. September won't be long now.
I just figured that news dropped like this morning or like yesterday or something.
Right.
So might as well bring it up.
Yeah, might as well. All right. Yeah, good. You know what else we should bring up? We should bring up the main topic of this week, because something that you and I have really, really enjoyed about Disney Plus in particular, one of the big value adds of Disney Plus for us over the last few years. And I don't think we've really talked about this in any great detail. Do you want to tell everybody kind of what our main topic kind of is for this week?
Yeah, so we've mentioned on the show before that we really enjoy the Mickey Mouse shorts in the style of Mickey and Minnie's, and like there's that cartoon style, the 2D sort of like loose cartoons.
Yeah,
so,
the new style of the Mickey Wonderful World of Mickey shorts, right? Yeah.
So this week we're gonna like look at them and recommend some episodes, just sort of generally review like specifically the Wonderful World of Mickey season. Like the way that they've labeled the shorts is really frustrating, because although they're all the same kind of short, they fall under like different shows. But the one that we're talking about specifically is the Wonderful World of Mickey. It's got 21 episodes.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we're just going to review that and talk about what we recommend about these style of shorts, considering that they are coming to a close.
Yeah, we really love these shorts. They're officially done with now. They have one last episode has come out recently. But yeah, I think the point of this episode, as Mimi said, is just to kind of share our love for that. We think it's great. Disney gives you the great Disney feels. We really enjoy them.
How do you know it's the last of?
Because they actually said they're not making any more like this.
Oh, okay.
Right. So I think that the point of this episode is just to give everybody some background about these shows. Nothing in depth, right? Nothing you can't figure out if you went online and looked at it yourself, but just sort of give people who have not seen them just sort of some background on these particular cartoon shorts. And then for people who have seen them, we'll share, or haven't, we'll share some episodes that we think are great from that particular set of shorts. And if you want to check them out or revisit them, we think these are the ones you should watch over again. Right?
Yes.
So basically, this is just a show to create some joy around the Mickey shorts, which really make us happy.
Yes.
We watch them. We always smile. We think they're wonderful. We think they're lots of fun. And we think they're filled with humor.
Yeah.
Lots of humor there. You know what else is very humorous? The Disney Dad Joke of the Week. Are you ready, Mimi, for this week's episode of this week's version of the Disney Dad Joke of the Week? Are you ready for this week's Disney Dad Joke of the Week?
Yes.
You are ready. Are you sure you're ready?
Yes.
Because it's Grown City now. You ready for Grown City?
Mm-hmm.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for this week's Disney dad joke of the week.
Oh, boy.
Mimi. We got back from Disney World on our trip. We went back in July of this past year, right?
Right.
And, we got back and got a survey about the food, right? They asked me about the food. One particular question was, could you, tell us about the salads that you ate? Do you have any salads? I said, yeah, I ate some salads. They said, well, could you tell us about it? And I wrote that the salads, I found them to be a little bit on the dry side, the salads. And believe it or not, I did get a response from Disney about my opinion on the salads. They said, thank you for sharing your opinion about the salads. The fact that they are a little on the dry side is something we will certainly be addressing.
Okay. Okay.
Get it?
Salad humor.
Salads are dry, and you have to put the dressing on it. All right.
Okay.
All right. That is this week's Disney Dad Joke of the Week. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, those of you listening, if you have a Disney Dad joke that you think is appropriate for our show, please send it to us, disneyassembled@gmail.com. You can also send it to us as a message on one of the socials. We're actually on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. And I don't know what to call it. Is it X? Is it Twitter?
It's Twitter.
X-Twitter.
Just leave it as Twitter.
We'll just call her Twitter X, whatever it's called. Send it to us there. We're there. Find us at Disney Assembled on all of them. If we haven't used that joke already, we'll be happy to consider using it on the show. All right.
Heck yeah.
The Wonderful World of Mickey. Right. I think it's important to sort of give some context to our listeners about these particular Mickey Mouse cartoon shorts. And I want to give a little bit of a history here. So there was a new style, and you and I have talked about this new style of animation for Mickey Mouse shorts, cartoon shorts, and actually dates back, from what we can tell, back to what was called the Mickey Mouse shorts. They just called them Mickey Mouse shorts. If you go to Disney Plus, you can find this, Mickey Mouse shorts. And there were 5 seasons of Mickey Mouse shorts. They went from 2013 to 2018, about 94 episodes, almost 100 episodes of those Mickey Mouse shorts. And these were all in the style of creator Paul Ruddish. So we'll call him the Paul Ruddish style of the Mickey Mouse cartoon shorts. Right, very unique style. And for some people, when they first came out, it was pretty, when you and I first saw them,
people did not like them.
It was a completely different animation style, particularly for Goofy.
Yeah.
Very different cartoon style for Goofy. And sort of the personality of the characters evolved a little bit, and the voices were slightly different, except for Goofy. Bill Farmer, the voice of Goofy. Bill's been doing the voice of Goofy for a very long time. So
the show, it was taken very much in a smarter, more witty, more.
It felt more like a Cartoon Network style.
It was less
right?
Sitcom-y. It's less sitcom-y and more like actual irony, actual humor. It's definitely, they're very smart.
And a lot of nostalgia built into it. And so if you were a Disney fan. A lot of
Easter eggs, a lot of,
Exactly. You could get a lot of enjoyment. If you weren't, you would still enjoy these very much.
And you would still get enough of the references.
Absolutely. And so those Mickey shorts, those original Mickey Mouse shorts, like I said, 5 seasons running from 2013 to 2018, about 94 episodes. Then in 2020, we got 20 episodes of what was called The Wonderful World of Mickey Mouse. Same animation style, same basic of the Paul Ruddish style, but different adventures, right? Different types of adventures. And there actually were a series of shorts tangential to those 20 episodes. 4 of them are the seasons. So they have the wonderful seasons of Mickey Mouse, right? There was 4 of those: summer, autumn, winter, and spring. Again, all in the same animation style. But a slightly longer episode, right? Mm-hmm. That was sort of a singular adventure based on that season of the year. And then finally, the last of these particular Mickey shorts is one that's not officially part of the 20 episode season, but it's called Steamboat Silly, which was the one most recently released, which Disney has announced was sort of the end of this run of particular style of Mickey Mouse cartoon shorts. So that's kind of where we are at this moment. Let me read the description for those of you who aren't looking at the Disney Plus app on your phone like I am, there's a description here for the wonderful world of Mickey Mouse. And so here's what Disney Plus describes it as. It says, it's nothing but fun and excitement for Mickey Mouse and his best friends as they embark on their greatest adventures yet, navigating the pitfalls and curveballs of a wild and crazy world where the magic of Disney makes the impossible possible. Now, these particular shorts are filled with Easter eggs.
Right. The other ones, the Mickey Mouse shorts ones, have definitely some Easter eggs and definitely some character appearances, but these ones seem to exist with, like, the Mickey Mouse shorts, like the titled Mickey Mouse shorts, seem to exist within their own world or within our world. These seem to exist in the greater Disney universe, if that makes any sense.
Absolutely. Yes, it does. And so just to give credit where credit is due for these wonderful world of Mickey Mouse shorts, certainly the voice talents of the fabulous five are really important. Mickey, voiced by Chris Diamantopoulos. Diamantopoulos. That's what it was. I said it right before, and then when I tried to say it too fast, I messed up. Bill Farmer, of course, is Goofy. Tony Anselmo is Donald. Tress McNeil as Daisy, and Caitlin Robrock as Minnie Mouse.
Yeah.
Right. So just in general, and again, this is something else we want to do on our YouTube channel is sort of rate and review some things we've watched. But in general, do you want to try applying our rubric?
Yeah.
For the entire series, right? You want to do it for the whole series? All right. So
we came up with a grouping of like 5 sort of Disney review criteria, right, and that we run everything through, and
we score each of these 5 things on a rating of 5. And we get a review, and we'll get an average, right? So I'll write down the answers we come up with. So in the first category is just plain old fun. Did you enjoy it on a 1 to 5 rating? 5 being the highest. What fun rating would you give just in general, the wonderful world of Mickey Mouse?
I'd give them a 5. They're really, really cute. I enjoyed them. The
second category is about the characters. Now, not necessarily that the characters developed meaningfully, but just in terms of the character being true to the character, or the characters being important to stories, or because some things we watch, the character is sort of boring and like just background stuff, right? But in terms of the character development and the character use in these shorts, what 1 to 5, what would you give that?
I think I would go with a 4 because Mickey and Minnie are nailed. They're solid. Donald is very good. Goofy's very good. There's a lack of Daisy I've seen in The Wonderful World of Mickey Mouse, and I happen to really like Daisy. And I wish that they had done more with her character than just like the sassy, like best friend, girlfriend thing.
Right.
So
cool.
I'd give it a 4.
All right. The third category is sort of the pace of the stories or the flow of the stories. I mean, all of these are about 8 minutes long, but did you ever feel that any of them were, I mean, did they feel like the pace or the time was, how would you rate that from 1 to 5 of the stories?
I would go with a 5 because they're so short. It's hard to say, oh, this should have gone faster, this should have gone slower. Like, they're 8 minutes long.
And it tells a full story, beginning, start, and there's no fluff.
Right.
But it doesn't seem rushed, any of them. Sort of a complete story. All right. The fourth category is sort of just general, the plot on the level of 1 or 0 just being dumb, 5 being somewhat intelligent. Now, let's be truthful. The purpose of these is to be silly and goofy and kind of ridiculous.
Right.
So we're not really looking at that. But in terms of, I would say maybe the storytelling, the writing, was it the people who created these stories, were they leaning more into just, mindless stupidity, or were they pretty intelligent? I mean, I have my opinion, but I'd like to hear yours.
I mean, the way I see it is because they're supposed to be sort of like in cartoon world, goofy, like laws of physics are kind of strange. They can just stretch. And I look for how cliche or how cheap those gags are, because you can get pretty creative with cheap cartoon gags, right? I found in these that they were creative, they were different, they were very much like in the, stream of cartoon consciousness, but
and And I also want to add that in the use of Easter eggs and nostalgia as a way to enhance the storytelling, I thought was really intelligent.
Right.
Yeah.
And then plus just like the general, like some of the actual writing was funny, like for me as a almost grown person. So I would give it a 5.
Yeah, I would too. I think it's not supposed to be highbrow, but it does silliness with a very intelligent
It's not
purpose.
mindless. It's not,
Yeah, very good. All right, and the last category is pretty simple. Does the presentation, does the way it look, does it look cheap, or does it look like they really invested and made a nice, polished, finished product?
I happen to really like the way they look, so I'd give them a 5. I know that some people do not like how they look, but I do. So
all right, good. So we have a total score of 5 categories of 24, which is, 4. What? Do some quick math here. 24 divided by 5 is what?
Like 4.8.
Hey Siri, what is 24 divided by 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, 4.8. Good job, Mimi. All right. So I would say Disney Assembled gives The Wonderful World of Mickey Mouse a 4.8 out of 5.
Yeah.
Not bad. And that's pretty darn good because there are a lot of stuff that Disney, Marvel, and Star Wars has put out recently.
That would not be that
would
high.
not be a 4.8 out of 5. Good stuff. All right. So we've given some background information. We've provided just some basic review, right? I think maybe at this point, it might be a good idea for us to talk about, or at least suggest. I have 5 episodes that you and I talked about that we felt if you have not seen these episodes yet, these are the 5 you should watch first. They're not in any particular order. And if you have seen them all, these are the 5 that we think are the most rewatchable episodes, I think. And then we have an honorable mention. And we'll get to the honorable mention at the very end, right? We get to the honorable mention at the very end. Do you want to do an honorable mention first or last? Let's do it first.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it first.
This episode is not actually part of the official Wonderful World of Mickey Mouse season. It's part of the classic Mickey Mouse shorts. Potato Land. It's a pretty iconic one. The plot essentially follows Goofy, who wants to go to Potato Land, a potato-themed amusement park. And instead of hurting his feelings and telling him that doesn't exist, Mickey and Donald build Potato Land.
And it is in the very first season of the Mickey Mouse shorts way back in 2013. And if you have not seen Potato Land, you need to go back and watch the Potato Land episode, especially if you are a Disney Parks lover, because they really do some intelligent joking about Disney Parks
in that episode.
In the episode about Potato Land. As a matter of fact, we'll share a picture on our Instagrams and stuff about Mimi and I at Disney Hollywood Studios. We found Potato Land, right? We had the Potato Land picture spot.
Yeah.
And that was lots of fun to do that.
Potato Land's one of the more iconic staple episodes.
Right.
So y'all should go check it out.
And taking a picture with Potato Land was one of our bucket list items on our last trip.
Yeah, it was.
So yeah, we'll do it. All right, now let's jump into the 5 episodes. Now again, these are 5 episodes in no particular order that we think that if you have not seen The Wonderful World of Mickey Mouse, these are the 5 episodes you should watch definitely or rewatch definitely. All right. Do you want to start our list?
Yeah, I'll just start with 1 and then go down.
And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the app again and I'm going to actually go to the episode that you were talking about.
Okay, then I'll start with 5.
So that I can read the...
I'll start with 5.
So I can read the piece. All right, so the 5th one is what?
House of Tomorrow. So it's the 2nd episode of The Wonderful World of Mickey. And...
Right. So it's episode 2 of The Wonderful World of Mickey Mouse. And the description is pretty simple. Sneaking into Von Drake's latest invention, Mickey, Donald, and Goofy experience tomorrow's tech. So fun episode. They sneak into Ludwig von Drake's. It's basically a house of tomorrow.
It's like a technology house, and they
like a smart house.
Take advantage of it all, and then the house takes over, and they have to escape.
Becomes very 2001 Space Odyssey type of thing.
I haven't seen Space Odyssey, but I have seen Barbie, and the first scene of Barbie is an ode to Space Odyssey.
Yeah. So House
really
of Tomorrow. Definitely check that episode out. On The Wonderful World of Mickey Mouse. All right, and the 4th one, let's go to number 4 on there. And that is what? What's the title?
An Ordinary Date. It's the 8th episode of A Wonderful World of Mickey Mouse. And what's the description say?
The description is simply Mickey and Minnie attempt to make their ordinary dinner date into something extraordinary.
Yeah, so I think there might be an episode in the Mickey Mouse shorts like classic that is about a picnic, but and that inspired Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. But I think this is the episode that inspired or came out of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Well, they go driving away in the red car, which is what they drive away in there.
They drive in the red car a lot throughout these shorts, but they're like going on a picnic. I don't know if it's this one or another one. I think there's probably another one, but it's very Mickey and Minnie's Runaway-esque.
Right.
So
and then each of their attempts to make the date so extraordinary, it ends up just being a complete disaster.
Right.
So it's lots of fun. An Ordinary Date. Definitely check that out. And that one was episode 8. All right. The third episode that we would highly recommend people check out is called
Just the Four of Us, and it's the 10th episode. It essentially follows Donald and Daisy. They're supposed to go on a double date with Mickey and Minnie, and Donald doesn't want to do that. So he lies to Mickey and Minnie, and it just becomes a mess.
Right. Yeah. So they try to get out of a group date. They're supposed to go on a group date. They don't really want to go on a group date. And they tell a little bit of a lie, but it becomes like this. It becomes a huge issue, right? As they try to get out of.
He's like, I'm sick. And so Mickey's like, oh, well, we'll come take care of you. And it just sort of, spirals.
Let's jump up to the first one on our list because I want to save the second one on our list for last. And so the first one on our list is
Steamboat Silly, which is technically not an episode of Mickey and Minnie's or The Wonderful World of Mickey Mouse. But it has that Easter egg driven storyline that we decided to group it into, this series. It's the last episode of these types of shorts, and it's really funny, actually. It follows essentially Mickey Mouse and all of his friends are over at his house, and he brings this box of home movies to watch, and Steamboat Willie plays. Steamboat, he escapes from the cartoon, and then a bunch of Steamboat Willies are out, and they have to go wrangle them up in the real world. So it's funny, it's good, I like it.
Plenty of nostalgia, plenty of Easter eggs,
very much so, and so much nostalgia. Also
really important because the copyright for Steamboat Willie was about to come
in January.
Right, was about to come due, and it was just how interesting that the timing of the releasing of this short sort of resets the copyright protection.
Does it?
Yeah, I think it does.
I don't think so because it's different.
But they used it in a different way, and I think it really is very smart legally. Well,
I was thinking that as I was watching it, I was like, this is really convenient considering it is supposed to go into Creative Commons in like 2 months.
Yeah, but it will not be heading there, I'm sure. So Steamboat Silly, definitely check it out. Very fun episode. It's a great way to end this particular season. But the last episode that we're going to recommend is one that a lot of people who have seen these shorts say might be the best episode of all of them because it is just filled with nostalgia and tons of Easter eggs.
It's so funny.
And it's really funny and just a great time. And it is the 20th episode of The Wonderful World of Mickey Mouse. And the title of it is
Game Night.
So Game Night is described as Mickey's friends are placed in jeopardy after he attempts to spice up their weekly game night. Everything goes off the rails. It just becomes a huge disaster. And it is just a load of fun. I mean, I remember when you and I watched this, I was like, oh, look at that. I mean, it's filled with Easter eggs and nostalgia. This was by far one of the best episodes, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a good one. The only other episode that I would draw attention to is in the Mickey Mouse Shorts Classic, not The Wonderful World. It's split personality, something like that. Basically, like Donald gets zapped with this thing that like splits him into different like versions of his personality. I don't really know how else to describe it. It's like that episode of Teen Titans Go where like Raven gets like split up and like there's Hungry Raven and Lovesick Raven and Happy Raven and Angry Raven, and like they have to bring them all back together to create like one like classic Raven. And so this kind of happens to Donald, and I think it's really funny. And
I'm trying to look through the episodes from the original Mickeys. There's 5 seasons of them, so I'm trying to look and see if one of the titles stands out as the one that you're referring to. And it's going to be really hard to find it in quick notice.
It's okay.
But yeah, there are 5 seasons of the regular Mickey shorts.
I think they're all worth
really
watching, but that's the one that Split Decision.
Split Decision, yes. Oh yeah, I remember that one. That one was really, really good. It's in season 3, episode 17. Professor Von Drake's invention splits Donald in half. So definitely, that one was really good. That one was lots of fun. So yeah, check that out.
Those are the ones that I have.
So, Wonderful World of Mickey Mouse. I love them.
I love them.
I'm so glad. Listen, I know some people are down on the great movie ride going away, but we are big fans of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. It is definitely inspired by these shorts, which I think are really well done. And and if you haven't seen, so there's one in Hollywood Studios. If you go to Hollywood Studios to the theater, there is the Vacation Fun. Vacation Fun. Definitely check that one out. That was really funny. It is not available on Disney Plus. You can only watch it in the park. So yeah, go to Disney's Hollywood Studios and go to the theater. And when you finish, take your picture in Potato Land.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right. Mimi, anything else you want to talk about this week?
I do not have anything else to say.
Right, good. High five then. Excellent. Good job, Mimi. Our friends out there that are listening, they may want us to know what their favorite episode of The Wonderful World of Mickey Mouse may be. How can they possibly get in touch with us to let us know?
Yeah, so you guys can send us an email, disneyassembled@gmail.com, or you can send us a message on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all at Disney Assembled. But if you guys want to support the show further, the link to our TeePublic, Patreon, Buy Us a Dole Up, and all that other stuff is on our website, disneyassembled.com. Make sure to go check it out.
Yeah, please do so. We'd really appreciate it. And listen, Disney Assembled, look, we're trying to climb the Matterhorn. We want to get to the top of Mount Everest of Disney podcasts, because we just love creating joy and bringing smiles to faces of people who just need that Disney magic in their life to get them through. So you can help us out, and we'd really appreciate it. The best thing you can do is share the show with your friends. If you haven't done so already, please consider leaving a 5-star rating and a very nice review on Apple Podcasts. But if you're listening on a different podcast player, no big deal. If you have the ability to share or rate or review or whatever it is, please consider doing so. It really goes a long way in helping us get the word out about the show and helping spread the joy and make the world a little bit happier place to live in. We'd really appreciate that. And of course, if you haven't gone to our YouTube channel yet and subscribed, please do so. We got some new subscribers this past week. We're up to over 100 subscribers now, which is really good. So if you haven't done that yet, check out our YouTube channel. Go to youtube.com /Disney Assembled or at Disney Assembled on YouTube. It's also a link on our website or whatever. Check us out on the YouTubes. We really appreciate that. All right,
anything
Mimi,
else?
I think that's about it. Yeah, It's been a good episode. I really appreciate it. We need to go watch some Mickey shorts now. Why don't we go do that?
Yes.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. We hope you've enjoyed the show. We hope it brought a smile to your face, some extra joy to your day, and that really special sprinkle of pixie dust to your week. Thanks for listening, and until next time, see you real soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, please collect your belongings, watch your head and step, and take small children by the hand.